My name is Valerie, and this is Immigrant Voice. Immigrants hold the power to this election, the 2020 presidential election. Now, typically, immigrants don't vote across party lines. A typical American has the information and the data to decide what is the best way for them to vote, how their parents, their great-grandparents voted in the past decades. We don't have that. By the time we get to to the country, we settle in, get comfortable, learn English, start living, here comes the time to vote. And we have three things to rely on. We have the character of the candidate, we have the values we hold dear, and we have the issues in question. Now, in this election, hear me out for 1 second. 13%, according to the American Progress, that organization told us that 13% of people who live in this country are immigrants. Now, that means if we have 400 million people in this country right now, 50 million of them are immigrants. Now, that's not a big problem. That's not too big, right? But the most impressive thing is when you look at small businesses. 30% of small businesses owned by an immigrant person. Now, think about it. 13% overall of people who live here are immigrants. But when it comes to small businesses, 30% of the people who own a business are immigrants. Now, what does that mean? That means, as a definition for immigrant, we know that means the people who just come here. They just come here. Their children, their grandchildren does not count. And we understand that. That means even if you were to count that, almost 50% of all businesses, small businesses in the US, will be owned by an immigrant or immediate immigrant child. Now that's powerful. Those people, they naturally tend to be adult, if they have a business, of course. They naturally tend to be aware of things because they know they have taxes to pay, bills to pay. They have things that are like adult deal with. They have to be aware and be conscious of life because they are owner of a small business. And don't forget, it's the engine of the economy. Now, because of that, you hold the power to win this election. Think about the battleground states such as Arizona and Florida. These states are loaded with immigrants. They are full, packed, red with immigrants. That means you can get out. It's not enough to just go vote as an immigrant person. In this election, you get to decide. You need to do more. It's insufficient to just go out and vote. You need to get out and be part of the turnaround, be part of the get out to vote efforts. Drive people to the poll, call people, cook for them, make sure they're there, encourage them, make cold callings, call your local your local station for volunteering, call them and say, hey, I want to be part of this, I want to help, what can I do? There's something one immigrant can do. If you hold a green card, you know you're not allowed to vote, but you're still allowed to do cold calling, you're still allowed to go watch the poll, you're still allowed to go drive someone to the right place where they need to vote. Think about it. You can decide who wins this election. The reason why it's important is because the next 4 years, there's so much uncertainty. You don't know, you don't want to be surprised. So because of that, this election has to be important to you. And like I said, it's not enough to just vote. You have to participate, work, make it work. People around you, encourage them. People who are citizens in your family, encourage them. Pick up the card for them. Knock on doors. Get out to vote. Remember that. You hold the power of this election in your hand. Go ahead and make us proud. Thank you.